What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Russell, and I'm bringing you another 1v1 cast between the red Protoss, DarkAngelus, and we'll just call him Dark for the remainder of this cast just to make it simple, versus the blue Zerg, Nirmal, and we'll just stick with Nirmal. So, this is a PvZ, and this was sent to me by, I believe, DarkAngelus. I'm not entirely positive, but I want to say it was him. And we can see a little APM spam there by clicking the minerals and kind of missing also. So let's hope he doesn't keep missing when one of his probes decide to come out. Water! But anyways, I don't know about you guys, but it was extremely flippin' hot out where I live today. Because I'm down here in Southern California in Riverside. And I think it got up to like 97 today. Something retarded, so it sucked. But yeah, we have both players sending out a scouting probe and drone respectively, and it looks like DarkAngelus is like, okay, there's nothing there. And he is now, I don't know if he's coming back, and no, because it doesn't show me where he's queued up, so I'm assuming he is going here to see that Nirmal is here, and Nirmal is going the wrong way the first time also, and now he is going the correct way and will be finding it, because he knows he doesn't have to go, well actually he already knows where it's at. He knows it's down here because he's already seen here and here, so the only logical choice would be right here, unless if his base was the enemy base. But it's not happening, so his base is not the enemy base. And we do see DarkAngelus getting that gas a little bit earlier than the 14 mark, because if you are going to be going for a 4-gate, and he's going through the mineral lines, and he scaves out there. And will we be seeing him putting down that cybernetics core? Because it should be going down now, because he has the minerals for it. And there's that cyber core, and for some reason this fella is just sitting here, not doing anything. And we see he does need to put down another pylon, so he does not supply block himself, and we do see Nirmal getting the hatchery, so maybe that's what he was trying to do, was delay this hatchery a little bit. And we do see the spawning pool down also, and the spawning pool is going to finish before the hatchery, which in a lower league game, what you mainly want to be doing is protecting yourself against an early game rush, and so getting that spawning pool before a hatchery is advisable, unless if you know the player isn't going to rush you. But at this point in time, it does look a little like DarkAngelus is going for a quick 4-gate, because he is on the right time for it, and he is doing basically the correct build for a 4-gate, and not a little, maybe it's a little off, okay. And he is throwing on his second gateway. So, and this is finishing, and he is checking the smoke just to make sure, which is what you want to be doing. And if he is able to get in here, but he won't because of the creep, and to go into the smoke and build a pylon, that'd be the perfect place to start warping in units. And we do have, I'm not even using the tabs correctly, we do have 1 sentry on the way, a gateway, 3 drones, so we are seeing a macro style based play here from both players. And we are seeing 3 pylons going down for DarkAngelus, so maybe not going for the 4-gate, maybe going for a fast expand possibly, so a 2-gate expand, because he knows that Nirmal was going for this hatchery, and so he knows that Nirmal is going to be going for a macro style game of play. And this sentry going to pick this, nope, not going to pick this drone off. So we have a stalker and another sentry being warped out, and we do have the warp gate tech just now finishing. And he is using this on his Nexus now because the warp tech is finished, and he is throwing down a 3rd gateway and another pylon, so he is going to make sure he does not supply block himself. And this drone is finally going to get picked off, and this guy needs to go back to work. And let's see what is going on over here. We have some spine crawlers being placed down, creep tumors being pooped out, 2 creep tumors, and we see 2 lings on the way. Is there another one on the way? And there's more drones. So we are seeing a very the economic boost for Nirmal is much higher than DarkAngelus. So we do see DarkAngelus putting this pylon here just in case for any drops or any mutas coming in early, so that he can detect that quicker. And putting a pylon in the back and the gateway and a robotics facility, so he's going 3-gate robo at the moment, even though it is a little bit of later 3-gate robo, and he does need to get this as a warped gate. Come on, you got this, you can do it. There you go. And so now he is going for a sentry heavy build, so kind of interesting to see that, just to block off the ramp a little bit. And he will be trying to move in with these Zerglings, not enough. and this Zergling taking the watchtower to see if if he does move out. And this probe, will this probe get sniped if it tries? Nope, the probe is, I don't know where he's going. Alright, so we have three spine crawlers soon to be down here taking both the gases. Both the gases here too, and the spawning pool, so we do not see a roach warren yet, we just see a spawning pool down. We don't see any sort of other tech other than the spawning pool. And we do see not even Zerg speed on the way yet. So this probe gonna be able to escape. And this stalker going to go and attack this Zergling to take care of the Zelnaga watchtower. Zergling not gonna live. Nope. Poor little Zergling. He tried. And we do see DarkAngelus using the observer to figure out what exactly Nirmal is doing. And Nirmal has finally started researching the speed. And we do see DarkAngelus, I'm sorry, I'm just going to call him Dark. I don't know why I keep saying Angelus. But we do see Dark getting out an immortal from this robo. And these two stalkers going to take care of this. And I don't know why he warped in the sentry. Maybe just for the more force fields and everything like that. Because if you are a Protoss player going against a Zerg player, there will usually be some Zerglings. There's now 20 Zerglings coming out on the field. And having those force fields to stop the surround on your stalkers, if you're able to get them just right, will negate the Zerglings, and your stalkers just pick them off one by one really quickly. Well, not really quickly, but they'll be able to pick them off one by one, so that the Zerglings won't really be able to do any damage to your stalkers or get this around. And both players seeing that the other has the watchtower, and we are seeing a third expansion going down for Nirmal, and we are also seeing Dark getting his expansion. It's down here, but I didn't mention it, even though I was looking right at it. So Nirmal getting his third expansion, staying up one base to Dark, which is, as a Zerg player, is exactly what you want to be doing. And we are seeing an infestation pit, so we will see infestors on the field instead of any other unit at this point in time, because he does not have anything else other than 4 Zerglings and infestors. So infestors is a very good play if he gets that fungal growth and he does it just right, able to take out almost all the shields of the Protoss army, as long as you get like 1 or 2 of them down. And if Dark does get Colossus, which he has a gateway, and yes, he does have the robo bait on the way, but if he does get Colossus, those infestors can take control of those Colossus and do great amount of damage to his units. And this stalker going to go down, unfortunately, and taking the watchtower, and just basically taking it out for the watchtower, even though the observer is right here and able to spot basically everything that's going on if he does decide to go for the gold. And we see how many Zerglings on the field. We see 56 Zerglings on the field right now, which if he was to rush in at the moment and get a surround, but he's not able to get a surround because he is in this choke point right here, and the Zerglings would just be getting on the front and trying to come through the back, and the probes would be stopping them. Well, not really, because they can run through because the probes are mining. And we do need to see some drones being transferred over to this to start the mineral production, maybe like 4 or 5 from here and like 2 from here. But we do need to see more drones being put on the main base mineral line, because he is not even close to saturated right over here. Because he does have 3 of his drones being transferred down, so he needs about maybe, yeah, he needs like another 10 more here. 10 to 12 more drones to be saturated, and he has a ton of Zerglings, 56 still, and nothing else on the way at this point in time. And we are finally seeing pathogen glands starting energy up by 25, so they can instantly get that fungal growth off, I believe. And then we are seeing neural parasite to allow the infestors to take control of any, like to take control of the Colossus, any other units, like maybe an immortal, to start destroying those stalkers. And we are seeing still 56 Zerglings on the field for the Zerg player, and not quite a few, but enough zealots to, if they're able to kind of block the path of the Zerglings to the stalkers to where it'd do a lot of damage. We're seeing the Twilight Council, a second Robo Bay going down, and this needs to be changed into a gateway. And we are seeing graviton boosters for observers. All right, why not? He has the minerals for it a little bit, even though he is not really warping anything in here, because he can warp 4 units in. Because as a Protoss player, what you want to be doing is you always want to have those warp gates going over and over and over again if you have the minerals for it, which we do see the Protoss player having the minerals for it, but he is getting out Colossus, so he is mainly using all of his minerals on that, and we are seeing the Twilight Council down, and Blink Stalkers are on the way, and we are seeing the Protoss player taking his third expansion very soon here, so we're seeing the Protoss player being very greedy, and this Zergling going to be spotting it and try to take out this probe, and he just basically goes right around it. And I don't know why the probe is here, and we are seeing the Protoss player killing the Zergling, moving the probe out, and not giving away that the fact that he does have Colossus on the field. So I do not believe the Zerg player knows that Colossus are on the field, but we do see 6 infestors on the field, with the Nirmal Parasite, and all of them having enough energy to both almost fungal, nope, not fungal growth and Nirmal Parasite at the same time, but the time if he does not move out, like if he is able to hold off and not move out yet, or if this Protoss player doesn't move out soon, those infestors will be able to both fungal growth and Nirmal Parasite at the same exact time. And we are seeing a hiatus of drones coming straight here. So this mineral patch will be kicked up a notch also. We were seeing both players almost match in economy. So we might see Dark being increase his economy here because he does have this and will be making more probes. And yes, we are seeing Dark's economy shoot up a little bit higher than the Zerg players, but the Zerg player is taking this gold expansion, which if he is able to get enough drones on here and mine it out, he will be up hugely in economy. But he does need to always keep putting on those spawn larvae on every single hatchery, and he does not have it on here, and this queen has more than enough energy and he's not even paying attention. He needs to do the spawn larvae here. And there finally we see the queen doing the spawn larvae. You want to do it every time your queen has 25 energy, because once you do have those creep tumors finally laid out and have queens to basically spawn larvae on your buildings, you want to be doing that every single time. We are seeing the Ultralisk Cavern finally going down. Well, not really finally. I don't even know he would be going to for Ultralisk, and we're seeing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14? No. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 infestors on the field, and DarkAngelus knows exactly what is going on here. He knows exactly how many infestors there are, because he does see this whole entire army, and this whole entire army is just sitting right here, and we still only have 56 Zerglings, I want to say. Oh, 75 Zerglings and 13 infestors. I don't even know why I went here, but we do see 5 Colossus on the field. This is going to be very hard for Nirmal. Why did I say Nirmal? Nirmal? That's not even an A in there. Alright. So, with 5 Colossus on the field, these Zerglings are just going to get roasted away and not even stand a chance. These classes are at 1-1 upgrades. And are we seeing 2 on the way? Might as well just go here. Yes, we are seeing 2-2 on the way. Except, where is this forge at? Do you guys see where the forge is at? Oh, there they are. So we are seeing 2-2 on the way, and we are seeing 7 Ultralisks coming onto the field. With Chitinous Plating also on the way. 21 drones. Did you guys see that? There was 21 drones queued up. And we are seeing a Spire finally being thrown down. And we have a hiatus of drones going straight to this gold to start the mining on it. And this will boost his economic capability up by a ton, but he does need to keep doing that larva, and we are seeing another expansion for Nirmal. So Nirmal getting extremely greedy, but he will have the economy and everything to go with it. So if he does move on now, because both armies are at max, and a Protoss army maxed is a lot scarier than a Zerg army maxed, because as you can see, if it was roaches instead of Zerglings, it might be a little bit different story, but these Zerglings do have speed, do have 2-2, and oh my gosh, these Zerglings are going to get intercepted by all these Stalkers, and both players deciding to move out at the same time, but now with all their units, and these Zerglings are going to go into this expansion and start destroying all these probes, but these Zerglings will be destroyed by all of these Stalkers and these Colossus the moment they get up here. And yes, these Colossus are just doing work to these Zerglings, only 5 of them, but they are just going at it. They're taking them down, warping in 8 Zealots to take care of all these Zerglings. Charge lots, so he does have charge, and he does have blink, and all of these Zerglings going down, but he is losing the expansion, so we will see Nirmal try to move out now because he has a much higher army value than Nirmal. So Dark just decimating all of these Zerglings, and these probes just going to work on this mineral line. Whew! We see 4 Zealots left over here, but we are seeing the army moving out. This is not good. These classes are getting... the Colossi are getting split up from the main army, but they are very close, and we are seeing we are seeing Dark decide to take the golden expansion, and taking out that Zergling, so they no longer have Zelnaga Watchtower capabilities, and he will be taking out this gold expansion from here, and we need to see some Blink Stalker macro here. And no, and we are seeing all of these infestors coming in, no fungal growths going down, seeing the Ultralisk. He has how many Ultralisks? 7 Ultralisks. And we are now seeing these Colossi come in here and start doing work, and we see 2 being neural parasited, 3 being neural parasited, but it is not enough. He is losing almost every single Ultralisk there, and about to lose, throwing a ton of infested Terran, but it's not going to be enough to deal with all of these Colossus, especially if they focus these down. And no, he is not going to have enough here to deal with this, and he is macroing up like a boss right now, trying to get as many units out as possible. If we go to the production tab, we see 96 Zerglings coming out on the field. Why is he making Zerglings when there's Colossus on the field? That just doesn't get it. I don't get it. And losing. Oh man, these Zerglings are just going to be roasted. These classes are going to have a ton of kills. 16, 10, 21, 27, 21, 10, 9, 10. Just a ton of kills on these Colossus. And I don't know what Nirmal is going to be able to do to pull this out. And he is throwing in the towel, calling the GG. And DarkAngelus winning this game by quite a bit. What could have happened from Nirmal, instead of using the Neural Parasite off at the beginning, should have thrown that Fungal Growth on, basically killed the shields of every single Protoss unit there, and then thrown down the Neural Parasite on and try and get all of these Colossus, because if he was able to do that, he would have been able to turn the tide of the battle easily, and then just basically storm through Dark's base, because this is all Dark really had, and he didn't really have anything else warping back in at home, because if we go to the units tab, he had 51 probes and 9 to the 56 drones. So both players relatively about the same drone count, but this Nexus was finally back up, so he should have transferred some of those. So a little miss. I'm not sure if it was a misclick from Nirmal or if he just completely forgot, but if we would have seen fungal growth on the Protoss army, because it was balled up in a big spot, we could have seen like 2 or 3 fungal growths go down and basically cover the whole thing, and the tide of the battle would have turned like that instantly. Nirmal would have won that battle and more than likely would have taken the game, but as you can see here, if you don't use the fungal growth and you have more than enough energy to use it, and you have that many infestors to use fungal growth and to neural parasite all of the classes, you want to be able to do that. Even if these Protoss army looks intimidating, fungal growth basically kills all of their shields, and you can just basically womp right through them, especially with all of those Ultralisks. So seeing some good play, some good tech switches from both players. So DarkAngelus going for those blinks, the Blink Stalker, so he could have blink microed them around a little bit, and going for heavy Colossi. So yeah, good play from both players, even though we did see a little miss up from Nirmal there, not using that fungal growth when he should have. So that has been a ZVP, and I'm Russell, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.